Hey man, we had a game seven, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna start it off by saying this. Shout out to my brother. I'm gonna give you first dibs at the mic, Marcus, because you were the only person. Because officially picked. I know I was speaking up for them, but I did not actually pick them. You officially picked. So you got it, my boy. Game seven. Game seven. You sticking to the prediction? Are you nervous? You nervous?
Oh, nah, man, I'm never nervous, brother. Never nervous. Yeah, we sticking to it, man. I'm not sure how it goes and other picks and all that shit, but no, we gonna stick. We gonna stick with it. Like if they get blown out, they get blown out. I honestly, I would have rather seen them win in six because tonight is gonna be tough. Tonight is gonna be
Yeah.
that's a tough building. That's a tough environment. The only advantage I think that Indiana has, and this is gonna sound crazy, is Rick Carlisle. They have Rick Carlisle. And I think Rick Carlisle, Draymond said something about it on his podcast. I was checking it out on Thursday. I think Rick got another move. And if it works, it doesn't mean that it's going to work, but I think he has another adjustment.
He
If
ain't
it
done.
works, I think if the game is close, I absolutely love Indiana.
See,
If it
that's why I agree. That's
Yeah,
why I
you know
agree.
what I
If
mean?
they ain't close. They ain't scared.
No.
They
No.
ain't
They're not
scared
scared at
at
all.
all.
No.
No.
No. So I'm sticking with the Pacers, man. I said six, but hey, everybody the two best words in sports, game seven. Everybody loves a game seven. So.
Listen, Jay Z said it best, man. Pressure bust pipes. Listen, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be. I don't know at what point in time in the game. I really hope this is not a blowout. Like there is a scenario in which this is not close after the first quarter, and I really hope that's not the case. So we're gonna speak like it's not. Here's what I will say: is this like Pascal Siakam been there before? He's been there. You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, the rest of these boys, you look at them. I don't know. I don't know. Rick Carlisle's been there before, right? So you have leadership in that locker room that tell they who know they know what to expect in a game seven. I'll say this: they don't know they're not supposed to be winning this game. What I have noticed from Oklahoma City is if them shots ain't falling, shit can get different. Shit can get real different if them shots ain't falling. I don't know. I don't. I'm still debating on who I'm going with. I know who you going with, Marcus. Drew, who you picking? You betting tonight? Are you? Well, we'll get to that. We're not even going to get
You
into it.
you know I'm betting tonight. I don't even understand the question. No, I'm still at OKC. To Marcus's point, I think if it was a close game, they might be in trouble. My only issue with OKC is I think they're the better team on paper. They just forget it sometimes. Juan's point, when the shots aren't falling, they just keep shooting them bitches. What pissed me off about them the last game, well, not the blowout, the game before that they lost. They played a two-man game. Like they quit going to anybody else. It was Williams and SGA. Like they took like 20 of the last 23 shots only because they got doubled. You're not gonna win like that. And if they play like that tonight, I think the Pacers will win. They got to play big. They got to play fast. You got to get to the basket. Quit settling for jump shots. And again, when they're not falling, keep driving and
So
stop
what do you
passing the
do?
ball to each other, shooting them damn jump. Say again.
All right. So what do you do? Let's do this. Let's switch it. You're Indiana. You're in the locker
Right.
room. Clearly, OKC is the favorite for tonight. They're home. Game seven. What has to happen for the W, Marcus? What has to happen since you picked them? You picked them because here's my theory. Here's my thought process. When I said I picked Oklahoma City in six, and the reason I picked Oklahoma City in six, I said there were two games that Indiana was going to win. They was going to win the game where Oklahoma City wasn't shooting well, and they were going to pull it out, and they were going to win the game where they just go ballistic from three.
Mm.
They ain't had that game yet.
Oh,
The
they had
Which
a
one?
Bucks
From
That's
three?
game
Oh,
six.
oh they
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yes,
game
they
no,
did.
six. Game
but look
six.
at the percentages. Look at the percentages. Look at the percentages. They had a good second half. What I'm saying is, Indiana is capable of having a game from wire to wire where they go ballistic and shoot 50+% from the three.
If you're up by 30, you went ballistic.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I give you that. Okay, so okay, well then answer the question and tell me this then. Okay, so what do they got to do to win the game? What has to happen for Oklahoma, for Indiana to win the game?
I think it's the bench. Like your starter's going to be your starter. I think if their bench outperforms OKC's bench, OKC's in trouble. They got to play fast. They can't slow it down. And my issue with OKC is they don't play their bigs consistently. Hartenstein will come in and play 2 minutes to let what's his name Chet
Check,
Chet get
check.
like Chet get some water or some shit. Come right back in. Play your
Well,
big.
Hartenstein can't guard Obi Toppin.
I get he
The way
can't.
Obi Toppin been playing in this series, at least, that's all.
I get he can't guard. Obi Toppin also cannot guard Hartenstein. If you he can't. He offensive. I'm telling you, he will get in foul trouble. Because here's the thing: Hartenstein is good on the boards, right? Offensive rebounds. He gonna kill him down there, but they don't play him. He has to shoot also.
You
In the
know what they
last
never
series,
do?
Hartenstein was putting up shots.
You know what they
Huh?
never gonna do? Call a play for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Not even calling a play for him, but he's better off pick and rolls than Chet is. He's better off creating space. He has better court vision. They got to trust him to play. And again, in the last series, he was scoring. He
Here's the
averages
problem.
2.5 assists per game. He sees the floor also. They just won't play him, and he
He
will
can't
not
defend,
attempt to
he
score.
can't defend the perimeter. Both of Indiana Isaiah, even though
He's
not
better on
Isaiah,
the perimeter than what you think he is.
Miles
Trust
Turner
me.
ain't been playing good, but Miles Turner can take him off the perimeter. Obi Toppin can take him off the perimeter. Pascal Siakam can take him off the perimeter. So at some point in time, everything that you're saying can be true, but if you can't defend the people that's on the court, we got a problem.
But they also got to defend you. It goes back and forth. Somebody will get in foul trouble. You're right. They have to defend both ways. If you taking him out because he gets blown by once or twice, you're gonna lose. Again, you need him for the boards. You cannot lose a rebounding game. You can't.
No, you
Not to
can't.
that team. You got to trust them to play. And again, what was it? I think maybe did they lose? They lost game 2, right?
Yeah, or Indiana, it's been back and forth. I don't think
So I
anybody's.
think they lost game 2.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the fourth quarter of game 2, like the last 5 minutes, they didn't have a big on the floor, and they didn't score. They could not. They could not rebound offensively. They were getting killed on the boards, and the Pacers were scoring. You cannot not play your bigs. I hate small ball. I don't like it.
Okay, so, but let's analyze it though. Okay, so if you hate small ball, but
Hmm.
let's look at Indiana's bigs. Pascal Siakam, excuse me.
Hmm.
He's he's a versatile big. I mean, he's not, he can play on the
He is a
perimeter.
versatile big, correct.
Okay. You got Miles Turner who can shoot the three. He ain't been playing well, but he has
He's
perimeter game.
streaky as shit. Go ahead, and he does, and he cannot defend. Go ahead.
Cool, but he has that cool. Then you
Hmm.
have Obi Toppin, who is athletic as hell.
He is.
And he has decided to be aggressive in this series.
I agree.
Here's here's the problem with what you're talking about. Offensively, that sounds great. That
Hmm.
means that would be great if Isaiah Hartenstein was one of your top 2 or even 3 scorers. You don't have the ability to take time out to try to establish him to get other people in foul. He is not a part of your offensive plan. So what you're doing is what you say. Let me. I'm about to wrap it up. I promise. I'm about to wrap it up. You're basically going away from your game plan to try to pinpoint a possible mismatch when on the other side, those people are in the regular rotation for the Indiana, so they're not taking away from what they normally do offensively. That's all I'm saying.
Here's why I don't agree. I think they changed their game plan for the Pacers, and it's not working. Look at the last series. Hartenstein was averaging 8 rebounds and I think 10, 12 points. They took him out of the offensive rotation. He was playing against the Joker and he was scoring. Joker's not good offensively. I mean, good defensively either. But
He's a
again,
good
they would
player,
put
though.
him in, but they would put him in pick and rolls, and he was getting to the basket. And that little floater he has, he's not shooting any of those. They changed their game plan for the Pacers, in my opinion, because the last 2 series, offensively, he was getting up 8 shots a game. Now he's getting like maybe 2 or 3. He can score if you allow him to score.
Again, he is not a part of their game plan to, hey, we got to
No, I
get.
get it. I'm
But then
saying
also,
he has to be on the court. I, in my personal opinion, if
okay,
he's not on the court tonight, at least 20 minutes, they don't win the game.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I guess what I'm asking, though, is
Hmm.
because Joker's a different player. He might be the best
Correct.
player in the world, but he's unathletic. He's going to be in one spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different person to
Joker's
defend.
not in one spot, though, but he has to defend the Joker also.
But
The
what I'm
Joker is
saying
a
is,
versatile big man.
no,
The
no, but
Joker
he's
has
not.
post move. I get what you're saying.
Think about your
Joker has.
feet. Think about your feet. You're not gonna. He's
Hmm.
not gonna blow by you. So if you look at the contrast of the big man for Indiana
Hmm.
versus Joker, that's a different defensive assignment.
Hardenstein is
That's
not a
all I'm
slow
saying.
big man.
I'm not.
I think that's what you're missing. Hey,
Okay.
we don't. He's not a slow big man. He's not the Joker. He can defend. Is he the best big defender? No, but he can defend. You have to trust your big man. Otherwise, what's the point of having him?
That's true. I don't blame you. You're right. All right. So okay. So that's what Drew says. Isaiah Hartenstein is the X factor tonight. Um, Marcus, who's your X factor? If Indiana's gonna win, we're doing it. If Indiana wins, who's your X factor?
The bench. The
Okay.
bench is the X factor. Every game has been won by the team whose bench plays the best. Uh, Game one, Indiana outscored them. Game two, OKC, and so on and so on. So if Obi Toppin comes to play, I hope he does because I got him for 10.5 points tonight. But if he comes to play, um, if he comes to play, if McConnell is effective and they can stay out of foul trouble, I think early foul trouble is going to kill this game. If Shea is at that line 10 times in the first half, it's probably going to turn out to be a blowout and they're going to be celebrating by the third quarter. But if Indiana can somehow play good defense, they don't have to necessarily force turnovers. I kind of disagree with Drew a little bit about the rebounding thing. Yes, they can't get smoked on the boards, but I've kind of looked at it statistically. It's been games that OKC has lost the rebounding thing, and they've actually won the game. I think what happens is the turnovers off points and the offensive rebounds. So I'm not disagreeing with Drew. I think it's the offensive rebounds is really the key. Whoever is getting more shots at the basket, they're controlling pace. So I like Indiana again, but their bench has to play. I don't think it's on Halliburton. Siakam has to be Siakam. Neesmith and those guys, they have to play well. Turner has to play well, but those guys can all play well and they get no production off their bench, they're gonna lose. They have to
I
score.
agree.
They have to get points off the bench
I
No,
for
agree.
I
them.
I like.
agree.
I like that. For me, I think it's three people: Siakam, Neesmith, and Nimhart. Straight backs. Straight backs got to have a hell of a game defensively. No, defensively though, Nimhart has to have a solid game defensively. When they won Game 6, and in the games, I would say Game 4 as well. That later in the series, they figured out Neesmith does the best job out of anybody on that because not Neesmith, Nimhart does the best job out of anybody on that team in defending Shea. Neesmith gets cooked by Shea. I don't know why, whatever it is. So if Nimhart can have a solid defensive game and stay out of foul trouble, right, and hit open shots, that's his job. Stay out of foul trouble, hit open shots. Neesmith has to be able to defend Jay's
Jay
excuse me.
Williams?
Yeah, excuse me. Um he can't drop 40. Right, they
Nah.
just can't. That can't happen. He
No.
can't drop 40. Right, and
No.
then Pascal Siakam has to score the basketball. I don't know how healthy Halliburton,
Oh,
excuse me, Jesus. I don't know how healthy Halliburton's leg is. He seemed to be fine. I'm pretty sure, in game 6. You just don't know. And you don't know how that affects him offensively. So I think Siakam has to come out aggressive offensively so that they don't start off behind. And then they put pressure on themselves. That's me. But Harold, did you know there's a basketball game tonight?
Hey, look, man, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I understand, brother. I understand. Do you have
Hey,
any
look, but
predictions?
I do wanna say for the record though, I had earlier in the shows, I did take Pacers and Thunder, and I did say Thunder. So I just want to let you know that
Yeah,
I am still on pace.
they're the same.
My bracket's still alive.
you said
I
Thunder
just
and
want to
seven.
let you know,
That's
huh?
funny.
You said
Now I
Thunder
went
and
Thunder.
seven.
I went Thunder in 6, but a
Your
lucky
bracket's not
bounce,
alive
a
by
lucky
definition.
bounce in game one, a lucky shot. I would have knocked down 6. But I just
So
want to let you know that I'm still pulling. Not even pulling.
you
I'm
still
pulling
rooting
for
for?
a quick game. The quicker the game, the quicker it gets over. But
I don't want
I'm
that.
still I'm
Do
still
you have
pulling.
something to do? Do you have something to do in the morning?
Oh, I gotta get the football season. What you talking about? We gotta get this over with.
In the morning?
We-
In the morning,
Hey
you got
man,
Tonight, later, 11
that's funny.
o'clock. They
He
have
said as soon as
until
that
11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
he
and
said
then
as soon as that shit
then the
over.
NBA is
Hal
over.
say, Hal say the clock switches over. Can we at least get through the draft? Can we at least get through the draft later on this week? The draft is this week, Harold.
Which is crazy, right? Which is okay. You know what? That just goes
No,
back
speak
to
your
my
mind. I feel like
whole.
you was passionate. No, I want you. I want to hear this. Go for it. You got it.
So,
He's upset.
A little bit.
Clearly,
A little
Yeah,
bit.
so
clearly.
I
you
thought
have
that
before, my brother.
I thought the WNBA draft was quick, and I guess this kind of goes back to this kind of rolls right into, and you can take it over or whatever. This goes right into the trade that just went down with
Mhm.
all these picks. It's like what was it? 10 second round picks, 5 second round. So it's like
5.
113. It's
yeah, it's
113.
like I'm
5.
trading away. I give you Drew and 15 third round picks. You see what I'm
Was that
saying?
was that a shot
But
at
if
Drew? I don't know.
Nah, Drew is Drew is at the end of the day, everybody should be playing. So
you're gonna need the shooter.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's basically it's just crazy. When I saw as far as the collateral, when you're talking about 8 picks for one person, I, when you're talking about 8 picks for one person, how many people on the team? 12, right?
12.
Okay,
12.
so how many of those 12 you would say is in your actual rotation of playing? 10?
Eight in the
Uh,
regular, eight to
8?
10 in the regular season,
So
7 to 8 in the playoffs. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was right.
normally.
so
Now
they
these teams
just
are kind of different, but normally.
Mhm.
so they just essentially traded a whole team for this person.
But you know what's funny, Harold?
Well, then let's go ahead and talk about it.
And
Let's hold on, but before we do this, because you introed it, so let's do this. Let's close out the conversation about because I want to let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, I got one word.
Ob-
Well, three
Obviously,
letters. OKC.
okay.
Oh, I thought
Marcus,
you
we
wanted
know,
my pick.
let's make it simple.
and I did, my brother. I appreciate that. You gave it to me. So Harold's going OKC. We already know Marcus going Indiana to protect his pick. Drew, where you at?
Okay,
Game
see?
7, OKC, and
I
He
have,
did
I have
all
an
that and still
exception.
don't have his
I'm,
pick.
I
Dang.
don't. I
I have
don't.
an
I'm going with
exception
my
though.
heart. I'm going with my heart. I'm going with my heart. I'm going Indiana, man. I'm rooting
Oh,
for them boys.
Who did you
I'm
pick for the series? Did you even pick somebody for the series?
he picked OKC.
You're aggressive. I already said I
Yeah,
was
you
going
went
to
He,
OKC.
he
OKC.
picked OKC.
Bruh, how you
That
start?
was very
How you
aggressive.
start? How you
I was
start the
saying.
series picking one
And he
team,
picked OKC.
and now
I
you
lost.
going Indiana?
It's
Game
over.
7 too, right?
I get the reset. Once
And he
you
said one of
lose,
It's
you
not
get the reset.
over. The series
I
is
know,
not over.
right?
No, my
You
pick is
haven't
over.
lost. You
Bro, I
picked
said
OKC.
in 6. I'm not like Harold. Harold picked it in 6, but he's decided that he's going to extend his. I personally,
I mean, listen, nobody can knock you for the games. Okay, nobody can knock you for the
right.
games.
So once
The
it was after
team that
6,
win,
you start your bracket
once
back
it was
over.
after 6, Harold, I
yeah,
reset. I reset.
like yeah, I
He's
respect that. I respect that. But you gonna have to
Yeah.
stick with OKC, brother. They still playing. That's
But
your
how does
pick.
that look when I'm rooting for? Like I'm going to root for them. Like
Well,
that's
you
fine.
just do
That's
that.
fine.
You do that personally off camera, man. On camera, man. I'm not allowing you to do this, though. You're not switching the pick in the
all
middle of the
right,
series, though.
all right. Well, I mean,
He,
I have to honor that. I'll honor it. You know what? I'm gonna
That's
because
honor it.
all.
he said that shit like it was more than 2 teams playing.
So,
Like he just chose the other team. That's just,
all right,
Right,
guys, I
right,
guess
Right.
uh,
right.
go OKC. I guess. All right,
Oh.
all right.